sunrise ride for C with interval sprints. It's always held on Thursday usually. Unai is leading to the other beacon and I'm red beacon today. So we're just sitting at the start waiting for the rest of the riders. I think we get up to about 70 by the start or shortly after with some late additionals. So sit back and enjoy. If you've not been here before and you'd like to see more on the channel, then like and subscribe, and I'll keep putting them on regular as I can. Trying to keep with the theme. I'll be drinking a nice red Cabernet Sauvignon while I narrate this. It's not a bad bit of plonk actually. Where I live in France, there's plenty of cheap wines available. They're perfectly palatable and perfect for this. So we're off at a low rate of watts. Just going to watch the rear and see what assembles. Seems like in the virtual world the rain has arrived. Caps of some thunder and lightning for our little group. My top red crew are going to be all over this ride, just watching. Strong guys who've got no problem with deep digs if we need them today. Zwifting, if you sat in the pen or you're going to get a coffee or you're trying to sort your clothing out, and then before you know it you're trying to clip in and everybody's away. So give it 2-3 minutes. We'll see. I got a talented crew of eyes at the back anyway, as I said, so I'm not going to worry too much until I hear the first yells for help. We waited 2 whole minutes before asking what they were doing. Dark on the screen with this rain. I suggest to Zwift that they introduce some lights. We've all got helmets. I never wear one. I mean, it's virtual, but lights would be good. Good to light it all up in the darker rides. I don't know. It's the dimension thing. Okay, so the only thing I can see causing us any sort of issue with this ride are the downhills, because there's quite a few of them, and as soon as we commence on a downhill, that pack is going to roll away really fast, and anyone who's caught at the very back is going to start to drop off. So at this stage I'm pushing myself to the middle of the pack just to suggest where people want to lie. in real life I don't see any rain where I live, so it's actually quite soothing listening to that beat down. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there who are like the opposite is true. You don't want to see any rain, you see plenty of it. But where I used to live in the UK in Somerset, there was a fair amount. It's surprising what you learn to miss when it's not around every day. So yeah, I'm not complaining here. It's either blue sky or snow for the large part. And yeah, rain isn't something you get. Rain and thunderstorms I don't see hardly ever. So it's nice to see it, even if it's virtual. At this stage, the pack's nice and fresh, so everyone's staying with the pace. Nothing arduous anyway. 188 average. I think everyone can manage that quite easily, but I'm still suggesting get wide. I want people to start thinking that they want to be in this pack, as we'll need the draft that will be created so that the sprinters have the best chance of setting a good time on those laps when we do them. They'll be announced soon. It's rather a nice looking pack, and 65, which is the number at the moment. Should be quite easy to manage. All the way to the end, even with the sprint chaos that is probably going to play havoc with our general order on those laps that they feature. But we'll look after them. Everyone will be fine. It'll be cool. rely on volunteers to lead out the interval sprints. So nice found his 3 candidates. This individual will basically offer a guide pace and a carrot for people at the rear who are wanting to have a dig and set a time in the sprints. And then the rest of us just provide a good pace bunch to get a draft from. My chosen sprinter for today at the moment is Ox, usually a bit of a powerhouse. But then Paul S is just back from a period of absence, so I know he'll be keen to make a comeback today and put something down. So let's see, out of Ox and Paul S, we'll see who wins the day. Don't believe anything JP says, James Potter, about his mediocre watts. He's a racer through and through. A lot of these people on Team SRT are very humble riders. If you watch the channel, the Zwift channel, sorry, I don't know the name of it specifically, but the official Zwift racing channel, there's a ladders racing feature on there at the moment with SRT on it, and you'll see the calibre of some of these Cat 8 riders. It's quite something else. I don't believe him at all when he says he can only do 600 watts. That's a rubbish. completely unrelated. Doesn't matter how many kilometers I do in this virtual world. Never tire of the scenery. I mean, it helps having every possible type of landscape and feature that you could find in the natural world or here in the virtual world. Mountains, active volcanoes, the rest of it. Been something like 35,000 kilometers I've travelled here in the last 5 years or so. It's still visually stunning. It's quite a treat when you're riding around. Where else can you cycle through a live volcano? Quite interesting how the tarmac would react to those sorts of heat. I think essentially you'd be riding on a sticky mess. Quite slow and
Right on.
okay, we're like 20 minutes into the ride. So a third in, and we've got a couple of people just starting to drag a little bit off the main peloton, if you like. Just going to take names for the time being. I'm not going to worry about offering to help them. They're 4 and 5 seconds back, so if there's any problems, they should be shouting. But we'll take some names. We'll see who comes up later. And the parkour, the first sprint should be coming up. We're in full lap number 2, and I think Unai had said that there was going to be a sprint this lap. So as we're over halfway through it, they can start winding up. You'll see some announcements, I'm sure, in a second, for the lead out rider to pull everybody, and everyone else in the group to start to pump their watts up a little bit, just to carry everybody and make for a better draft. interesting. Paul's already showing that he's keen in the comments and so on. But I'm expecting him to be quite lively. I still tip Ox. I think Ox is gonna. I'm hoping for sub 10, maybe even sub 9 from one of them. We're approaching the roller coaster section now. It goes in and around these cliffs and whatnot, tight bends, up and down a little bit, and then we get to a last incline. And as that comes to the summit, that's where you want to gas down the hill before the left-hand turn to the bridge, which is the start of the sprint section. I'm going to push into the pack here. Start to up my watts on that descent, because the watts per kilo is increasing on the announcement by Una. We want to try and be as bulked up as possible as a group, but at the same token make the pack quite slender and long, so you can sprint from the very rear. And it's the last climb. Just punch up this, and as it gets to the brow, try and push the watts on that downhill. And a sharp left-hander. Easy money on. Yep, snaked out, perfect. Watts going up. Now watch for the big watts in red. Here. There they go. Chris, James, one of my sweepers in there. Great name, A Lasagna. That's an amazing surname. Fair play if that's real. Stevens 8.69. There you go. That's really good. Sub 9. But yeah, that won't be beaten. I don't think. That's decent. Okay, so the first sprint is called some crumbs, as I referred to them. Those little dots I talked about in the mini-map. Help's readily available, but nobody's asking, so for the time being we can assume they're either dropped of their own volition, then they're going to drop off the ride. It's too spicy or whatever, or they're just sprinters who are having a bit of a rest. So if they are the latter, then they know the format and they know they should be shoving up to rejoin with the group. So we'll there you go. I'm asking, do you need an assist? You need to shout yelp for help. That's what we always call it. No yelp, no help. Everyone knows what Swifters know the rules, but sometimes you get somebody who doesn't pay attention, or they haven't got comms or something. But we'll listen out, see who needs help. By the time we're asked by Beacon how the review's doing, it's looking like there's no issues. I got Dangly Dan Barkley, I got Cy Parker, I got JW, I got Nick Jones, plenty of big guns. We'll pull people back, even if they drop 20 seconds, we'll pull them back. And no, nothing's been said, so we're not going to worry too much at the moment. The rear's looking good. There are a pack of riders, 3 of them that drop off about this point now. Yeah, coming up to 30 minutes in. But I asked one of them a while back if they needed assistance and didn't hear anything. And the other 3 that are at 25 seconds now, they're going to go the same way. They haven't asked for assistance, we're perfectly willing to help them, but if they don't ask, then they don't get. But soon enough there'll be plenty of genuine rescue opportunities that the crew and I'll bring back into the pack. Obviously wasn't paying attention to the sprint times or anything, because I'm starting to ask in the chat how everybody did and what times they got. Paul comes back and confirms that he got an 8.69. Awesome. We'll see what we can do on the next sprint lap. I think that's at lap 5. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, 8.69 is going to be hard to beat. That's pretty. I'll have to have a look on the link. The link to the Strava, my Strava ride will be in this, so you'll be able to click on it and have a look at the sprints that we managed, and the general pace and everything else if you're interested. You can also see the food that I consumed before or after the ride. It just depends. Sometimes it's historical, sometimes it's the food that's on the table immediately after I get on a ride. But I think today it's and sausages, which sausages may sound like very mundane, but in France where I live, we don't get British sausages, so we tend to freeze a whole bunch of them. Just like that, we're back to the sprint section again. Not that there'll be any efforts this lap, but that's how quickly it comes around each lap. I don't think anyone got my Metal Gear Solid reference there. I was referring to the shape of the pack. It's fairly thick and it's not strung out, but it's not a wide blob either. So I call it Solid Snake. Nobody got that.
Ride on.
Got ourselves a couple of danglers. Just going to observe for now. But Nick's called that he's dropping for someone who's asked to help, so G Healy, they're coming for you. I'm going to provide a halfway bridge for the red crew. Strong guns will fall back to help, but this is a short dig, so this is a bit of a problem. Sly Galaxy just dropping back to help as well. And Tromboid with pink wheels. Their watts per kilo with John and Nick quite high, so this is going to pull back. I'm only pushing 2.5, so they're going to start to catch us now in a sec. advise the front how long it'll be. That's probably about accurate looking at that gap. There's nothing in front of me. It's at 5 seconds. So here they come. We just jump on the watts now. Gas as they go by, and put them up to the. I think, yeah, we hit a hill here as well, so that helps us. The pack will slow. Up, 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 up. Push all the way in. We're done. Good. So it was an easy sweep, and the timing of the lump was good. As we head into the volcano and then we go all the way through it, the pack actually get too strung out. It commonly happens where people just ease off the gas because they see us join in, and maybe even people that they've swept back into the group just decide to off the gas. So now we've got a much too long a strung out snake as we pass that arch. So we have to bunch them up a bit more now. So if you're in a group ride and you feel like the pace is too much and you want to drop off, and you're going to drop off, that's entirely up to you, it's fine. But just dive on the chat and tell us, like, tell the Red Beacon, tell everyone in the chat that that's your intention, and then we won't watch your avatar dropping off the back, dangling, and falling to 3, 5, 10 seconds and wondering whether you need help or not, because this slows the overall pace of the whole group and sort of dismantles what we're trying to do for everybody. So you see an example of this with this guy, Chimanian, and he announces that he's leaving right as he's leaving, and then he gets a thank you from Nick, and that's perfect because we don't waste any time. We just push back into the group, and Nazrin's gone. Thanks, Nazrin, if you're listening or watching. Okay, another sprint effort. We push up this hump, blast the watts down the hill, and see who's going to challenge Paul's time. I don't think there'll be anyone, but let's see. We'll check after the banner because I can feel that the tiredness is growing in the group now. And we'll have to tidy up on this easy lap. I did see 15 watts per kilo from Ox there, but not for long. Yeah, it's not enough to challenge the best time. I have to watch back now because we're really strung out, so let's watch the blue dots at the back. Nick's already dropped in to have a look. We'll see if there's anyone who needs help pulling. my comment there. Anyone else doing upgrades? The new Zwift thing that they've brought in, so you can upgrade 3 frames in 5 different capabilities, and then once you've done that, you can move on to a climb bike and do the same. So I'm just doing it so I can upgrade my climb bike, but for the time being, I think it's a bit of a ruse by Zwift to maybe just to, as a doff of the hat to the bike sponsors that they've got, that once people get a Tron, they don't use any other manufacturer's bike frame, and so for them that's bad. So to increase awareness and maybe make people think about other bike frames they could use, they've done this. So you upgrade all those before you can go back to Tron. Either way, something to do, something to spend your drops on. If you've got lots of them, you'll know there's precious little to spend them on once you've bought everything. Nick Jones has found a package to play with. Somebody wants to try and help back. I'm not sure how it's going to pan out, so the last sprint coming up, I'm just going to see, because we're not far away from winding up the last sprint, so I want to make sure that the pack stays decently draftable, so I'll leave Nick to it and see what he says. He's a fair way off at the moment, right? Very good watts on this one, just to see if we can get anyone over the line and help contest for Paul's best time. Flip it down the hill, hang a left, Go on. I think you're going to ready. Go on, push. Right behind me all the sprinters are. No, I kept it low. I kept it low. Trying to keep them something to dangle a carrot so that they can run all the way through the group. But nobody beats them anyway. Some good times. There's some sub 10 to top 5 or sub 10. And then Olen Naus is just outside. 0.01. Perfect. Good job. Trapper battle. NJ and JW have got one or two back there. Some pet projects that they're trying to bring in. D Lancaster and somebody grown. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. So I'm telling the front that what our gap is to them. This grown guy is falling. Guido grown. He's fallen to 10 seconds now. So my boys now are starting to take interest in him. I'd noticed him before when he was right up with me, but he's pushing some watts, but he's falling all the while. So I think I'm gonna let the boys. I think they go out for a recce, but I think he's gonna bail. Watch. I'll keep my gruppetto here and just let Nick and JW go back and have a look. And he's gone. And all the boys are back. Tight and tidy at the back. With 10k to go. You'll notice I keep typing the FIR instead of 4. I'm blaming iPad. Plus I don't reread what I type. There's too much going on to check. Si did a nice job helping us out at the back, so he warrants a chat. No, thank you. you email Mark at any point and offer to help us out, then be sure to let him know that you saw on AJ's channel, and that's the reason you're getting in touch. I'm sure he'll get to send me a bottle of wine or a thank you if we get some extra sweeps and leads involved. But it's good fun and it's good interval training if you were interested in getting involved. Just at the point where Mark says that he's going to take up the rear and watch for me, I'm going to rush off now and join the front. I get the Wi-Fi gods decide summer chips, and can't remember exactly where it is, but I get a drop out and I'm left all alone. Brilliant. So as if my cue is right about where I make the death gag. They're talking about till death do us part, whatever, richer for poorer, blah blah, until the end. I make this comment and I watch. Pop. There he goes. And I'm all alone. Like Donkey in Shrek. I'm all alone. Something. Anyway, I think it's like over a minute and I'm just languishing, not knowing where anyone is. Horrible feeling. You don't know where the pack is, you don't know how many watts to push, and they're all on a bit of an up as well. So I sort of hold it here at about late threes while I check my settings and see where the hell everyone's gone. But I think it's just power, it's just an outage in the area. It happens now and again, it's part of living in the mountains, but it's all fun. You'll see them come back in a sec. And I'm back. After my alone time for the death comment. I found my timeout on the naughty step, so I'm back. But again, I think not more than a couple of minutes later, I have I'm just back in the bunch, and then it drops off again with like 2k to go or something. So I'll pull myself back through, get myself to a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna contend for the out sprint, the 3 watt section, and then it'll drop again. I don't know. I think I lose interest because I'm pushing in these sections to get back, and then I don't know where I am, so I'm pushing as well, and then I just kind of lose it. But I don't know, not to worry. I didn't rage quit. We go to the end.
Right on. Right on.
And pop. Everybody's disappeared again. I'm like Will Smith in what's that film where he's on his own with his Alsatian, but then gets infected and dies as well. They come back and then pop again, and then go again. Connection disconnect, the worst thing that can happen in Zwift, but it's not real life, so this stuff happens. Shorter back at this time, but annoying, waiting for the gang to reappear. Nick probably thought I dropped off just to give him some sweep, because you'll see when I come back on now. When the group comes back, I'm off the back of the pack, because I didn't know where the hell they were, so I didn't know what watts to put in. And then he starts sweeping me back. Very good of him. But at least I could wind up and we can have a go at the sprint for the last go. There he is, let him trot back for me. 1.5 watts. Why is Red Beacon back there? I think they've realised I had some problems. Connectivity, but as I say this, we're doing the last row of those, then we go up that last incline, and then we'll push it down to the finish and see what we can come up with. But don't expect any sub turns, because that's not happening. I think my legs are done now. We down the hill, left hook at 30 kilowatts. Done. Good ride. Thanks everyone for watching, and tune in again and see what we can sort out for you next time. Something different, hopefully. Maybe a climb. We'll see. Cheers. Bye.